gang. So I'm going to be doing part 2 of what if Luffy had the Tori Tori on me. So it's kind of blurry. I don't really remember what happened in part 3. So please cut me some slack. But if I defeated the admirals in part 3, let's just say that they got back up. So I remember that Shanks and Whitebeard were talking about me, blah, blah, blah. But we're not going to get into that. We're only going to get into mainly the fights. So yeah, let's start this. We'll see as I didn't revert down to my smaller form. As I'm running, all of a sudden, the Admiral Kizaru then shoots multiple light beams at me. As I dodge a couple of them, but some of them hit me. I didn't turn around as I start to rush at the Admiral. And then Kizaru then waves his fingers. As a light, like an ice beam, comes rushing at me, stabbing me right in the leg. Making me turn around. And then all of a sudden, Kizaru then slaps his leg into my face, making me go flying back. And Kuzan then catches me as he starts to freeze my body. I try to get out, but it seems I can't. And then all of a sudden, one of the random pirates then shoots me, No, I didn't know. No, we don't need you. I then turn, my body then emits fire as all of a sudden, the ice melted, kind of. So he doesn't really have a grasp on me, but then all of a sudden, what's his name? Okay, so we have Kiji, Kuzan, yes. As all of a sudden, Akainu then comes with a big punch, like a bulldog. Okay, I have to tell you something. I resent Akainu's fruit. You wanna know why? So there's this game called Millennium 2. I lost my light fruit because I accidentally ate the fruit, and then I got the Buddha fruit, and then after that I got the Pawpaw fruit, and then after that I got the Sand fruit, which I was fine with that. But then, out of nowhere, spawned the Magu Magu no Mi. And I'm like, wait, that's Akainu. So I went over there to go get it, and guess what? I couldn't fly. And now, I went and I spawned over to Buggy Island, and every time I respawn, like I drown and then respawn, guess what happens? I die, because I just fall right into the water in the middle of nowhere. Like, that's the only thing that sucks. Like, I wouldn't really hate it if it could fly, because you see that entire lava pit where, like, not the lava pit where you use your feet or the fireballs that fall from the sky or that big bulldog attack. No, I'm talking about, like, where he literally puts a pool of lava. Like, I would, like, that attack, every time I use it does not do any damage, and I'm like, it's basically the attack where you use your feet and slam it into the ground, and then, people die easily, because that's literally my strongest attack right now, unless somehow I start actually aiming with that useless attack that Akainu has. So, yeah, and I can't fly, because I'll easily any day take that thing out, so I could fly with the Magu Magu, but problems. I'm level 77 now, and I restarted my Bloxfruit account, so right now I think I'm like a level 24. Yeah, I was like level, like, when I restarted the account, I actually hit 200, but it was actually an accident, so yeah. And let's just say actually one more time, as Akainu then punches Aokiji's then sent flying back with third degree burn marks on his body. And she then grunts, I guess. And he then gets up and he's about to rush after me. And all of a sudden he then gets kicked. He then gets punched in his back by Juzo. He then grits his teeth even harder as he then starts to rush at Juzo. Kizaru is now all of a sudden right in front of me, but he then gets slapped right in the face with by Marco's leg, which sends him flying back. So he gets back up, grinding his teeth. I then rush at Kainu as I take out my wings and I throw them at Kainu. Kainu dodges these, but the wings then explode right in his face. Right in his back. As he falls, he's then pushed closer to me, and all of a sudden, I then turn into an eagle. No, my arms then turn to fire as I grab a Kainu. Kainu's body's burning, but I'm not using hockey. Because I know, the only hockey I know is observation hockey. So, yeah. As I'm flying high in the sky, a Kainu, he doesn't know why, but he's burning. What? I'm burning? What's going on? I'm a Logia. This guy doesn't know any hockey. He then decides to put armor hockey around his body. He's flying in the sky higher and higher and higher. As I then stop, turn around, and I'm then beaming down to the ground, like fast, like really fast. As I smash into the ground with the Kainu. Well, I throw him into the ground, and as there's a big crater where Kainu's body is. Blood is like fragilely dripping out of Kainu's mouth as Kainu's panting. He then tries to get back up, but then 3 wings then come right in his face. They then explode. Kainu's head is then banged right back on the rock. When the dust clears and Kainu's still on the ground, as all of a sudden, no, not me. Luffy then comes, firing up his leg as he slams into a Kainu's chest. A Kainu coughs out even more blood as he imbues his hand in fire. He then throws a fire punch at Luffy. As Luffy dodges this attack, but he loses his balance. A Kainu then gets up as he slams his fist into the kid's face, making the kid fly back. And they're actually fighting kind of on equal terms, but Akainu's mainly it's like Whitebeard versus Akainu. As Akainu's about to do his finishing attack, Luffy then yells out, "Oh, hell no!" You know, the same thing that Akainu yelled out when he, practically burnt half of Whitebeard's face. I know you didn't really see it in the anime, but in the manga, it looked like he burnt half of Whitebeard's face. Or took away half of Whitebeard's face, whatever. As, he then turns into a full phoenix. He then flies as he slices straight through Akainu. Now, this doesn't kill Akainu, like lava, He just goes through Akainu as Akainu barely gets back up. And then when he gets back up, he's then met with a ginormous fireball. Emperor's Abomination. As this attack then goes flying down to Kainu. And Kainu starts to get back up, but then he gets hit by this attack, making him plummet to the ground. So everything that would go the same happens the same, just with Luffy there. Well, he was there in the beginning, but his presence wasn't really, needed. Well, it was needed, but he didn't really do jack. It's not like he did anything that would shift the plates of the world on its back. Yeah, there was that time when he saved Whitebeard. He did that. Isn't that good enough? Okay, y'all are gonna be mad after I say this, but what Luffy did was stupid. It's a freaking Viva card. Oh, I have to get the Viva card. It's just a Viva card. You can get another one. And in that state, he was so useless, man. Your brother had to come and die just to save you, man, because of a stupid Viva card. For once in my One Piece life, Luffy really got on my nerves. Like, I was literally saying, "Are you stupid or not?" Because there's no way you're doing that bullcrap for a dang Viva card. No offense. As Akainu's now down, the war goes the same. Ace still dies because Akainu comes out of nowhere, and instead of Luffy being a useless little bitch, he nothing really happens, and Ace still gets punched to the chest. Your warns to your time skip just with Shanks and not with. As usual, I'm ending off this with like, comment, subscribe, share to all of your friends, platforms. Crap.